The Sunday of Week 3, based on Psalm 63, verses 1 to 8. O God, you are my God. I seek you. My soul thirsts for you. My flesh faints for you, as in a dry and weary land where there is no water. So I have looked upon you in the sanctuary, beholding your power and glory. Because your steadfast love is better than life, my lips will praise you. So I will bless you as long as I live. I will lift up my hands and call on your name. My soul is satisfied as with a rich feast, and my mouth praises you with joyful lips. When I think of you on my bed and meditate on you in the watches of the night, for you have been my help, and in the shadow of your wings I sing for joy. My soul clings to you. Your right hand upholds me. So, it's getting tough now. Whatever your Lenten discipline, by this stage it should be starting to bite. This psalm will help when that happens. This psalm brings us in heart and mind into God's temple, the sanctuary in Jerusalem. That's where the psalmist remembers looking upon God and beholding his power and glory. Wherever the pilgrim would go afterwards, he or she would carry with them the memory of that time and the constant reminder of God's majesty. The temple in the Old Testament comes into the New Testament wearing skin, bones, and flesh. Jesus himself is the true temple, the place on earth where the living God dwells with his people, revealing his power and glory. That is the message of the whole New Testament, particularly John's Gospel and certain passages in Paul. So when we read psalms like this, we should get used to translating them. References to the temple are drawn towards Jesus, and references to the sanctuary spring into new life when we think of the Word made flesh, the personal presence of the living God. When we worship Jesus, when we come into the presence of his power and glory in word and sacrament, in prayer and in ministry to the poor, that gaze is meant to sustain us in all the dry and dusty places we then have to experience. But there is a second sense in which the temple becomes human in the New Testament. By the Holy Spirit, we ourselves, who follow Jesus and recognize him as the human face of the living God, are called to be a holy temple in the Lord, a dwelling place of God in the Spirit. When we meet together as Christians, and when throughout the day and week we are consciously living as part of the family of Jesus' people, we are not simply offering mutual encouragement and support in the practice of our faith. We are being God's temple, the place that God fills with his presence in advance of the time when he will fill the whole world with his love and renewing, healing power. These are the realities we need to go back to in mind and heart when things are difficult, like the pilgrim going through dry and dusty valleys. Today, because your steadfast love is better than life, my lips will praise you. For you have been my help, and in the shadow of your wings I sing for joy. Make these promises, these realities, your meditation by day and in the small hours of the night. Cling on to them until you realize that actually it's God's right hand that is holding onto you.